On Thursday, April 7th. I got the nice sunrise behind me. It is a gray and cold and rainy day up here. So I have the sunrise up so that, oops, I did not mean to do that. Just getting the chat and everything up and going. I will tweet it out. That would mean I would have to open up Twitter. All right. I gotta put this over here. So we are going to look at, well, Janet Yellen opened her mouth a little bit today. We also have oil numbers. We got some crazy things that are going on. We also have crazy amount of prints on Ford. Why won't it let me tweet? Very weird. There we go. So let's see. And let me just grab this. Copy. Paste. There we go. All right. Make sure that my mute is on. We should be good. All right. Everything is up and running. I hope you're having a great day. And let's get this over to the stocks and everything good like that. As of today, I did start streaming. Hey, Terry. I did start doing my streaming watch list in the morning. So if you want to subscribe and you want to see me doing it live, just sign up for membership on my channel. And you will see me building this list live. So happy to help others. We had Pelosi coming out. She has COVID. Oh no, right? And we had unemployment claims that were higher. So let's look at this really quickly for what's going on with Janet Yellen. I was teaching today all about upgrades and downgrades in the training pit right over here at thedarkpools.com. So check that out. And we will look at Ford today. So Ford I had on my list. It did have a downgrade today. And some dark pool prints. Yes, we had dark pool prints on Ford yesterday, but why isn't this opening over here? I want this to see what Yellen had to say. Usually when you expand right here, Fed, okay. I don't see anything from Yellen. It's spinning. All right, well, we'll come back to that. So with my list got all mixed up, I'm gonna have to deal with that later and reorganize it. I was on a different computer screen. So SPY today had a nice short trade off of 445.20 and watching to see if we are going to break below 443.60. I'm gonna put an alert there. If we happen to be talking and it happens to break down, that we know we are likely going to be seeing a bigger move. We could see a potential drop down to 439.79 area right here. This is the 200 EMA on our 24-hour chart. So maybe we will see a bigger drop down if we break 443.60. I do have that alert set up just in case, right? So let's look at the Qs as well. So Qs, all of the indexes are down today. They were flat this morning pre-market. So potentially they were positioning, sort of holding off, waiting for Pelosi and Bullard to have their talk today. We saw that the Qs have had a nice short as well. Look at that, 453 down, excuse me, 353 down to 350. A nice $3 move down, and it looks like we are still continuing with this downward motion. However, the volume is dropping, so sometimes that can be an indication that we are going to see a reversal, or it could be that we are potentially going to see a bigger drop. Maybe we're going to head on down here to 347.25. That is a volume weighted anchor price that was acting as resistance here. Maybe we're going to see it act as support. So I'd watch that 347.50 area. If we break down, that would be my personal next target below there. All right, let's look at IWM today. So IWM, nice short as well, heading down to that trend line. We did break below this longer term trend line that we were looking at is this going to be a bounce area? We broke up, hit this, maybe we're going to see a little bit of a bounce. Are we in the dead cat bounce mode, right? Drop down, consolidation, a little bit of upward motion, hit the resistance, and now we're pulling back down. I'd look and see, hey, if we break down below 192, we have to remember that the Russell is 2000, and that if we see that we break down below 192, that is a sample of the market. Hey, David, we're likely going to see that this will drop the entire market, right? So I am in risk on mode, protection for longer term holdings. If people they know how to short, be aware, right? We could have a potential drop in the market coming, potentially. We are below the averages. We're starting to drop. 192 would be my support that, hey, if we broke below that, I would think that we might drop a bit further. We are in this downward wedge on the Dow Jones as well. We came and tested resistance. We're coming back down. I would aim for a target back down here, roughly 326 to the downside, so potentially 17 points. We dropped and had a bit of a bounce, but are we going to roll over here with 343.50 as resistance? We did have a nice $2 drop on here. So lots of short potentials for opportunities today. All right, let's look at the VXX. So VXX today, let's check out the volume on the daily chart. So it's sort of waning right here. We had big volume as of March 15th. I don't remember. I left February 27th. So the 28th, I know that we were talking about Barclays they said they were going to stop trading VXX and VIX. So maybe that's why all of a sudden all this volume dropped off. But it is kind of abnormal to me to see that this volume was so much and then it just withered away, right? Where did all of that money flow go, right? There's always money moving in the market, and where did it go? So here we have VXX. We're above the 20 area. That does tend to be our support or resistance area. And so now it looks like a bit of fear is back in the market. When we were looking, I was looking at it earlier. Hello, Mr. Smith. Very cool. Actually, I was just looking at Link2. They were talking about the Miami conference, and they are giving away $1,000 worth of XRP. Hold on. Let's see here. I will give you guys the link. Let's go here. If I can invite you guys. Oh no, I can't because I'm on the wrong computer. Anyways, I will put it in the chat down here, but they are giving away $1,000 worth of, oh, here we go. Check the box below to get your link. I have read, done. Okay, here, copy, 2 seconds. I'm going to put it into the comments of the video. So let's see if I can do this really quickly. Hey Troy, good to see you. Yeah, and I will pull this up. That if you sign up and you get somebody else to sign up, you get $250 of Linkdo sign up bucks to spend on investing. So bear with me 2 seconds, because who doesn't want free? Yeah, right, Mr. Smith? Okay, so I just need to make sure that my computer is on mute before I bust your eardrums out. Nope. There we go. Now it is muted. All right, because I don't want to. I'll put that in. Okay, so glad you mentioned something, Mr. Smith. I'm a big proponent of crypto. I think we are going there. And something super cool, had a token that I invested in 10 cents, went up to, let me see what it was, 14 or 17,000. Any event, 10 cents to 14,000 is pretty amazing, right? Let's see. And it was 14,700. So 10 cents to 14,700. That's what I mentioned yesterday in my live stream, the tokenized assets. right, on crypto. I found them. I have them all located and put into a spreadsheet. So check out the link from yesterday. All right, so VXX, we're starting to see this is creeping up, right? We're seeing that we're hitting this resistance over here, starting to see the indexes pulling down, and that could really potentially drop, right? Drop the market. Feels like maybe there's a bottom that is ready to be pulled out on the market. Russia is now gold backed, right? The ruble is 5,000 rubles to 1 gram of gold. So that is now gold backed. That is creating havoc with bond payments and stuff like that. Oil purchases from Russia, oil and gas, that's decreased their sales. However, that's going to hurt all of the Europeans because they are primarily gas dependent from Russia. So that is going to be an issue. You know what, maybe I'm just going to do this to myself. I'm going to email it to myself. That would probably be even faster because YouTube is taking a long time to, there we go. YouTube's taking a long time to open in my other computer because of the streaming and everything. So we'll just shut that down. Done. All right. So let's look at the list today. HPQ. HPQ also had bigger pre-market prints. So here is that link for you guys. There you go. Wrong, hit enter on the wrong computer. HPQ had bigger prints this morning. And look, we have massive, massive volume, right? Lots of volume, 64 million so far. It has been waning. So is this all because we're testing the high over here, the 24, the 52-week high, I believe we are testing it. Yeah, we created it today and have been testing it. We are still riding the moving averages up. And so this could be a bigger move to the upside. All of the technology area for computers, they are being held back for sure with semiconductors having a shortage. But when we look at these companies, UNH is flying. Let's see, let's go on over to UNH. UNH doesn't really look like it's flying. It only moved $7. They do have earnings coming up, so maybe a bit of a short squeeze before earnings happens. The shorts are going to feel the pain, and you know, they might be sucking new buyers in. It is an all-time high, but we do have earnings coming up, so I would be extra cautious. That is a week away, right? Estimates of $5. They might be pricing that in right now into the stock price of UNH in itself, but a higher price stock, so not very easy for everybody to trade. All right, so HPQ, lots of activity in the dark pool today. SST, this is another low float. If we have Asif here today, I know he loves low floats. This one is a low float for sure. Made it on the list this morning. Had a nice $3 move, or 10% potential gains off of that 2420 area. Hey, King Artifacts, welcome, welcome. So this one, hey, we have, this is sort of the battle long leg doji right here. Is this going to slow down? Is this going to be like the low float we had yesterday when we were talking about it? Are we going to see that this really screams higher? I think the next squeeze point is going to be above 2720. Just like once it hit here, it's squeezed up higher. Let's put on a 5-minute chart, probably a little bit better. Lower floats, I like to watch, on a shorter time frame because they trade so quickly. Old Salt Trading, it hasn't been here in a little while, but he is loving using the strat system even on shorter time frames. So you could use it even here and you could really become a scalper. When we look at it over here, it looks like it was primed. We opened up just below, and then once it broke out above the high of yesterday, definitely had a short squeeze move right there. So that was an easy one. Let's look at Twitter today. Frustrated that my list is all, you know what, I'm just get rid of the list because it's bugging me because it moved so much. So Twitter, nice short below 50.50 today. I hope some of you all caught that. And again, if you guys want to see me building this live, come and join me on my channel as a member. We will do it together. You can ask me questions as well at that time. So here we have it came down. We're hitting the 200 SMA right now. This might act as a support area. It could just be a bit more of a bloodbath. Look at that. That was that 13G. SEC said that the 13G was not truthful for Musk. Boom. Look at how quickly people said, I'm out, right? I'm out. So that was a sell the news scenario, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. Hello, Fendokazi. I hope I said that okay. All right, CCL as well. Pulling back down to the downside. We hit this resistance. First of all, we came up to that 200 EMA, 161, and we pulled back. Oh, SPY is crossing down 443.60. All right, let's move over to the SPY really quickly. Let's see how this meltdown is happening. Yes, okay, so over here, we are right here, right? Are we going to break down further? Let's see what is going on. Are we going to break down further on this? Yep. We are testing that support right there. Will this be a bigger move to the downside? Yeah, it's all good, golden boy. I knew what you were talking about. So now you can see over here, we have this, what was the low right there? Actually 443.47. So let's set an alert, 443.45, right? Crossing down. Right now, they could be loading back up again. It looks like we had a bit of buying over there. Let's move this like this so we can see. We had a big sell right here, and then maybe it was buying. And then we shot back up above, but now we are below. Let's actually move this up a little lower right here. My eyes are seeing 444.88. You can see that was really a support area yesterday and then acting as resistance today. Only, in my opinion, golden boy, it would only be on the upward swing, right? So I would watch for these candles. I would look for it to flip like this, and I would break. In my opinion, I wouldn't until we got back up above 445. I would stay short biased because the momentum is to the downside. We have bigger volume right here that just came in. Let me see if we have any prints down there. 444.38, which was probably the low. 444, no 443s, 443.96, but nothing. Now we're at 444.13. It did, here's a perfect example though too. It came down away from the moving averages and then it shot back up. Now it's going to test them. But when you look at it, it's just continuing down, right? So it needs to break that trend. Where do you see that it broke that trend? Right here, right? And it moved to the upside and then it flipped back down and it's had a little bounce. So this is more like a 1, 2, 3, maybe a 4, and then a 5 move. So we shall see, but I would, in my opinion, stay short bias until it could break back up again above 445. So we do have that alert set. Let's continue with PLTR. PLTR I put on today because I know there's been a lot of gold purchases by Palantir and it had a lot of pre-market activity. So I had it on my list, and then actually as I put it on my list, there was another block trade that came through. So really wanted to watch it today, and it has broken down nicely, right? So before 9 o'clock, my support was up here at 13. I would have moved it back down a little bit more to 12.90, but at 13, we've still had a nice 50-cent move to the downside, 3% on a $13 stock, not a bad move, right? All right, let's look at Ford. Let me show you these Ford prints. See, oh, cancel. Okay, cancel, just escape. There we go. All right, let me see if I can open up. I sent this email to myself. So let me see. Too many email addresses. I want to show you guys the image so you guys can see. Hey, yesterday we had higher than normal volume, right? See, we had higher than normal volume. We did break down below a support level, and we had, let's see if it's this one. Thanks, AP. All right, here we go. So this is from my email that I sent to myself. Right here, we can see that, look at all of these forward prints all day yesterday, all day. And really, it just tanked away today, right? They had a downgrade. Do you think maybe the people that traded yesterday knew a downgrade was coming? Just potentially, right? So looking at that massive move, well, not that massive, but pretty big move for a $15 stock, 5% to the downside. Let's also check out Sophie. So I didn't know what Sophie was until I was down really in the States recently, and all their advertisements kept coming on about refinancing, right? Refinancing your debt. And so that's how I learned about what Sophie was. I had no idea. All I know is it was a technology stock. Well, today, Mr. Smith, that's funny. Big drop down here, roughly 792, bounce back up, and then continued move to the downside. So watching this to see if this is going to continue to set 52-week lows, right? Let's look at this on a weekly chart and see. This had a big, yeah, you guys are funny. So on a weekly chart, we went below the IPO back in 2020 of 1036. So now this is not looking pretty, right? How low can this go in the limbo price drop of Sophie? All right, and let's look at NEO. I'll tell you guys, I already told you where you can make all the money. Here, let's see if I can pull that up. Oh, same thing, escape. See over here. You guys want to know, right? I just have to click on it once. So here, right? I was telling you, let's go here first. Right here, right here. So the darkpools.com, my catalog, right? This is the catalog of tokenized stocks, and this will likely entice you to learn a bit more about it. The monetized one, monetizing the digital meta world, is where I talk about how to purchase these. So here is 10 cents turned into this. All right, so very small risk, huge reward, right? 10 cents, ding. All right, so crypto has amazing potential right now. So again, it's right here, thedarkpools.com/store/ if you just go to store, actually, darkpools.com, and then you click on store, and then you click on Jane right here, and you will find them. This one is the workshop, and this is where you can find all those assets. So I looked at that last night. I was like, oh, that's a nice little trade, right? Putting 10 cents into something and having it turn into 14,000. So you guys can find it too, right? I would love to see you all profit. There's nothing better than sharing the wealth, right? And that comes with knowledge. All right, so NEO. NEO is definitely looking bearish again. Actually, look at how we hit the 15 EMA on the weekly. Just a coincidence that I had the weekly here, and that was the resistance point, right? Go back to our 24-hour chart. Oops, wrong one. Let's correct that. There we go. 24-hour. So this high point was the 15 EMA on the weekly, right? And Over here, massive drop. Well, it looks massive. It's only 70 cents, but it looks massive based on the chart for today. But still, nice drop to, actually, excuse me, $1.70. My math. I'm tired too. Okay, must be the rain today. And then we have Billy. And don't forget, if you like the live stream, please hit the like button, share, subscribe. If you guys have questions, you can shoot me an email at jane@cjanetrade.com. All right, so over here with Billy, another nice short today. It was kind of hard not to have good shorts again, just like yesterday, right? Yesterday we had a lot of downward momentum in the market as a whole, and today we have that continuation move. I'm just gonna pull up over here. We are down to 444.26. All right. We went down below and now it bounced a little. All right, Billy, and let's look at Baba. Right, Baba, another melty day. We saw this yesterday, and then today it is continuing to move to the downside. Hello, old salt shaker. Yep, Baba is continuing to move to the downside right now. So all in all today, a lot of great trade potentials. Do you guys have anything? Let's look over here. Let's look, because we do have some, we have the Miami event going on for crypto today. Crypto is moving. Oh, let me clear that alert on the other computer screen. So this is my list of the ones that I like, the green list. Let's readjust this to high performers. XLM, baby, up 4% today. Let's just look at this on a, let's get rid of this fib. So once this really breaks above 25, over here 26, I will feel super confident. Right now I'm starting to see a bit of an inverted head and shoulders potentially forming. Do you guys see this? Inverted head and shoulders right here. And if this continues, the fact that it did not come all the way back down to 19 cents gives me confidence that this will continue to move up higher, right? Because you want to see the right shoulder either be lower on a normal head and shoulders or higher on an inverted head and shoulders. So let's look at SLI really quickly for old salt shaker. Are you talking about which direction? Right? Looking for an entry. Are you looking for an entry to short? Right now it's hitting that 15 EMA. I would say I would look to see if it breaks to 750 or back above 8, in my opinion, on those. Nice, Troy. Glad to hear. Glad to hear you are rocking the market. All right, so XLM, I like that. IOTA. IOTA is one that will pay you to own it. Who can't be upset about getting paid to own an asset, right? Kind of like dividends. Oh yeah, so I would wait for 8 on SLI, a break of that round number, personally. Because it looks like there's too much in the way. I know you like to really scalp. So looking at it here on the daily, I would say either up above over here, above 8, that round number, and above the moving averages, or if it comes down below 750, right? It had a little consolidation over here, a little wickiness. And then once it broke out, you know the strats, and it shot up. Hey, we came down, it dropped below, a little downward wick. We have some buying action happening, but it's in no man's land right now for me. The DNT, do not trade zone. All right, back to IOTA over here. Let's look at some other cryptos. So IOTA, same scenario. A lot of these, this one came lower. So I'd want to wait for this to break above 97 before going into this long. I'm in it longer term. Cardano. I do like Cardano. Hold on. Why can't I get this to delete? There we go. All right. So Cardano, let's get rid of this trend line over here. Let's maybe draw another downward trend line from here to here. I'd look for this to break up above 132, if not even 140. Nice. Nice, golden boy. Well, hey, it could definitely do its thing. It could have a bit of a bounce to it. It's a matter of how much is this going to bounce before it continues, right? How much, hey, look at that, we're hitting the 15 EMA. It hasn't broken above 445, right? That's what I said. I'd need the confidence for it to break up above there. A bit of resistance, right? Let's check the book a little bit here. 92, 8 cents away. We hit the EMA at 444.99. I just am learning about Linkto, but they are doing a promotion today, ending today, to gain $1,000 in XRP. They're doing airdrops. So that's the reason why I put that in today. And they are down in Miami doing a crypto event. That's what I know about that as of right now. They are offering shares of investing in Ripple basically before it goes to market. So that's what I know about that. But they're other digital assets too and stuff like that, other digital companies on there. So I would say do your due diligence as well. That's what I know about it. So I'm not saying full-on disclaimer that, hey, I've used it and I recommend this. I just know that they're doing a giveaway today. So I put that there for you guys. So, hey, looks like we rejected 445, right? Had a little bounce. It did have a nice bounce though. I mean, it had a $1 bounce up to 445. I'm seeing that's a 15-minute chart. Let's look at it on 45. Look at this consolidation though. Let's do it even more, 90 minutes. Hey, we are in, there's a doji there, right? We're hitting the 4 EMA right now on the 90-minute chart. I would say if we break back down below 444.28, good chance we're going to be heading down. Linkto, it's in the chat. Here, let me see. I can, maybe it's still there. There you go. I had it as my copy paste, so it's right there. Yeah, they're doing a 1,000. You have to research it though. I got the email and I was looking at it, and then Mr. Smith was mentioning Miami and the crypto space, and that's where that all came from. Yeah. So there's the spot. All right, let's head on over. Algo we looked at, right? Didn't we look at Algo? No, IOTA. Excuse me, I made an error. Algo is the one that pays you to own it, not IOTA. So Algo is one that I like because they pay you to hold it. Jane at cjanetrade.com, AP. So look at how it had resistance right here on these EMAs. So watch for it when, oops, that's a 15-minute. Let's go to the 24. But on the 15-minute, it respected it as well. So I'd say watch for it to break up above, really, over here, 95 cents. Then we'll potentially see this move to the upside further. XRP is somewhat going sideways right now. It does have a bit of an inverted head and shoulders as well. As long as we can stay above, right? Down here, above 70, that would be my, hey, this is a point at which it's a failed inverted head and shoulders. As long as we can stay above 70 cents, I like this to the upside. Let's see, 60 to, we'll call it 83, 23 cents. So I would look for from 83, add 23 cents to $1.06, right? So that's a nice 20% right there. Neem as well. Neem actually pays you interest as well. Came back down. It's touched over at 8 cents. Here's our fib extension on this. So this has the potential. Now it's just range bound, right? However, we are getting close. We did test the 161 EMA over here. It's pulled back again. We are in that upward trend. Maybe this is going to be the retracement, and then wave 1, 2, and then 3 for the bigger move to break up above over there. Solana is the one, remember, that we have a nice rounded bottom over here. And this is the one that Melania Trump is using. Are we forming a cup and handle, right? So we have the height of 141 down here, $31. So wherever we break out, if it continues, if we bounce right here, actually it's a great potential entry point, risk management wise. Let me get out of this, in my opinion. I would use the lower level. I would use down here. I would use 109.92 as my potential stop. And then I would look for that, and I would add, probably it's going to break out about over here, add 31, so 156 as a potential target off of that breakout zone over here. If it can break out around that's 125, right? If we come down here and it breaks out over here in say 3 days, 122, I'd look for 153 as a target. So maybe 150 conservatively, right? This is 80 to, no, what did I say? No, 80 to 40, 140, excuse me, $60. So I would look for 180 as that next resistance target. Shiba Inu. Everybody loves the Shiba Inu, right? I went to my nail salon and she's like, oh, can you help me buy more Shiba? Can you help me buy more Shiba? I said, sure. So I was helping her. I help her with crypto. XDC, another one Zin fan. Likely, in my opinion, going to be used for financial markets. Then we have Baby Doge as well, and Dogecoin, right? Dogecoin was on a tear yesterday with Musk, or 2 days ago, and we hit that 121. Look at, excuse me, 161 and 200. Tested it over here and tested it over here as well, and came right back down. So that's the higher risk, good time to take some profit, and hey, potentially get back in. Use, in my opinion, 13.5 as risk for exit. All right, you guys have any other questions that you want to talk about with stocks, right? Any other things you want to check out? We are back above 445 right now, just testing it. Let's go to the 15-minute chart really quickly and see. Hey, we're testing. Are we going to break above? We did flip right here. Is this going to hold? I'm missing some moving averages. There we go. Look at that. Hitting the 50 simple moving right now. I knew I was missing something there. So it is testing right now. Let's see what our volume profile for the trading day is showing us. Where is the most volume? Down below, down here at 444.23. CLF. CLF has a nice move right here. Let's put on the pivots and see. Looks like it's coming to the pivot. Oh, bounced off of the pivot down here. So this looks like it's a bit bullish off of 30.33 right there. I'd watch it to see if it can come back up and test again for 31. Let's look at it on a bit bigger time frame. We just hit the 24 and the 20 SMA right here on the 15-minute. Potentially next stop is up here at 30.89 with that 50 simple on the 15-minute chart. Isn't that cool how they just respect the moving averages? I love that. All right, anything else you guys want to check out before I call it a day? Don't forget to check out over here if you guys want to learn about that awesome tokenized asset that just exploded. Small risk, 10 cents, right? So check it out. And this is where I educate you on how to do it right there. All right. Well, I thank you guys for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will be with you all tomorrow. Might be a little bit later because I'm going to do the Angela Miles segment tomorrow. So I will see you all potentially around 12:30. Have an amazing day, and I will see you all soon. Bye.